You know, when you walk into a modern conference room these days, or even a new university classroom, you usually expect to see this massive tangle of wires sitting right on the table.
Oh yeah, like a clunky speakerphone right in the middle
Exactly, the classic spider web of cables.
that someone inevitably trips over.
Right. But lately, those tables are just, well, they're completely bare. The rooms are sleek, minimalist, almost empty, and it kind of begs the question, how on earth everyone being heard so perfectly on the other end of the remote call?
Well, the answer is usually hiding right above your head.
Yeah.
So today in this deep dive, we're looking at how commercial spaces capture sound so flawlessly, without a single wire in sight.
Yeah, and we're pulling today's sources from HDTVSupply. They're this massive global distributor, and they've been outfitting commercial spaces with heavy-duty AV gear for, gosh, 25 years now.
Right, 25 years of history there.
And out of their whole catalog, we're zooming in on this specific piece of gear.
Yeah.
It's the GAIN Audio GN-OSIR-M1501-CM.
Which is a bit of a mouthful.
It really is. It's the Osiris wired expansion microphone, but it really tells a story of where commercial audio is going.
Absolutely.
So what stands out immediately in the specs for this unit is just the sheer coverage. I mean, I like to think of this omnidirectional ceiling setup as like a sonic umbrella.
A sonic umbrella, I like that.
Yeah, instead of forcing a dozen people to huddle around a single table mic, bumping elbows and leaning in awkwardly, this thing just hangs above you. It catches every single voice in its radius.
Which is the primary advantage of a flush-mounted omnidirectional setup. It physically adapts to the space rather than, forcing the people in the space to adapt to it.
Right.
But you do run into a bit of a physics problem if the room isn't standard. Like, say, if you're outfitting a space with an exceptionally high or vaulted ceiling.
Oh, right, because of the inverse square law of audio.
Exactly.
Like the further away the mic is, the faster the sound drops off.
Precisely. If you mount a microphone flush in a 15-foot ceiling, it sits way too far from the sound source. So they use this optional telescoping ceiling mount pole.
Oh, I saw that in the specs.
Yeah, it's the GN-OSIR-M1501-MT.
Yeah.
And that lets them just drop that umbrella down to the optimal acoustic level.
Okay, so getting the mic closer makes sense, but hanging a mic from a huge ceiling creates a totally new problem.
Right.
How do you get that audio signal all the way down to the room's central computer without losing quality over a massive length of cable?
Well, this is where the infrastructure comes in, because this microphone doesn't just act alone. It's specifically built as an expansion mic for the Osiris Audio DSP, or Digital Signal Processing System.
Got it.
Specifically, it's model GN-OSIR-Z1199, and the interesting thing is it connects to this DSP hub entirely via T-Cat cable.
Wait, a cat cable? Isn't that, just for internet?
It is standard Ethernet, yes.
Why not use traditional audio cables? I mean, I get that audio over IP is the industry standard now, but doesn't running a ceiling mic through standard network wiring risk, I don't know, latency issues or signal degradation?
So if it were an analog signal, yes, absolutely. Traditional analog audio cables will pick up electrical interference over long distances.
Like that awful buzzing sound.
Exactly. But by sending the audio over a CAT cable as a digital signal, you're essentially turning the voice into data packets right at the microphone.
Oh, wow.
So you completely eliminate that electrical hum. Plus, you get the brilliant pragmatism of modern commercial AV systems.
Because you can just run it through the building's standard Ethernet infrastructure, right?
Right. Installers don't have to rip open walls to run specialized expensive audio cables. They just utilize what the building already has.
Which makes a lot of sense for giant ecosystems like those provided by HDTVSupply.
Yeah, I mean, they sell these massive AV over IP networks and complex matrices for like sports bars and huge venues.
So using standard CAT cable makes expanding the system highly scalable.
And incredibly cost-effective.
Right. And all those data packets just flow down into that DSP hub. But since we're dealing with an omnidirectional mic that's picking up the entire room, that DSP must be doing some heavy lifting, right?
Oh, the DSP is essentially the brain of the entire operation.
Right.
Because that ceiling mic is picking up everything.
Yeah, not just the voices.
Exactly. It catches the HVAC system, the projector fan, the echo bouncing off the glass walls.
Oh, gosh.
So the DSP takes all those raw audio signals, scrubs out the background hum, and actively cancels out the room echo.
Wow.
That way, the people on the other end of the remote call just hear crystal clear voices.
That makes so much sense. So that sleek, empty conference table, it isn't magic. It's just incredibly smart routing and heavy digital processing.
Exactly. It's the hidden complexity of commercial spaces.
This single gain audio microphone really highlights that whole ecosystem operating right over our heads.
We're basically moving away from technology you have to actively interact with to technology you just sort of exist within.
Which is a wild thought to end this deep dive on. I mean, as this omnidirectional AV technology becomes completely invisible, fully integrated into the very ceilings of our architecture,
Yeah.
will we soon enter an era where we entirely forget we are being recorded or amplified during our daily meetings and classes?
That is a fascinating question.
It's definitely something to ponder the next time you walk into a quiet, perfectly wired room.